Hey guys, welcome back to another Brad Treasure YouTube video. And today we're going to be reviewing another movie. And today we're going to be reviewing the movie seen on Netflix. It's called Intruder. Intruder. How it's called is, or how you spell it and everything, it's going to be in the title above. Check it out if you like this review. Well, let's get right into it. What was this movie about? This is one of those movies where you go past on Netflix, and you're not exactly sure what it's going to be about. Should I check it out? And I'm sure people will be like, okay, well, by the name, you assume it's just another home invasion movie. It's not quite like it's not quite what you think it is. It's more of a psychological kind of thing. No, I guess not really. It's more of a creepier one. It's really a tamer one. It's not one that if you compare it to, let's say you compare it to Hush, because Hush is kind of like an invasion thing, where Hush is kind of like in a very, very abrasive film where they know constantly that somebody is watching them and can get in at any moment. And is in their house, then leaves the house, and then comes back in. Hush is really, really like an abrasive movie when it comes to a home invasion. This is kind of more the other route, where the killer is trying to stay in the house or apartment. Yeah, this is an apartment, not really a house. Um, I think it's an apartment. The way it's set up, I'm thinking it's like the way I'm thinking is it's a house, but there's like a room inside there that she rents, and it's kind of like an apartment. I don't know. It's weird. If you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways. But you never see any of the other people that live there, so that's why I assume like it's like a house or maybe two apartments and then her house, and she just split the house up or something. Um, but with that being said, it's more of because you see the guy throughout the movie in the background, and you see him getting into the house, um, and that's it. But you see him moving around, and you're like, man, when is it gonna happen? When is something gonna happen? And you know it's going to happen at some point, but you just don't know when it's going to happen. And this movie does such a great job of um, kind of leading you to believe that uh, it could be at any moment. Like there's a bunch of moments in this movie you're like, oh, it's about to happen, it's about to happen, and it doesn't happen. So it's a really good movie. So if this is one of the ones that you've been passing by, it's definitely worth a watch. It's really good. The actors that are in it aren't bad at all. I don't think they're bad at all. I think the actors are really, really good. There's a lot of inside stories going on, as far as um, giving you ideas as to who the killer might be or who the person might be in the movie. There's a lot of hints of stuff. Um, but really, well, I mean, this is what I'll say initially. I'm not going to give anything away, but I kind of guessed who the killer was like pretty quickly um, during the movie, but I wasn't sure. Like it wasn't a positive thing because then they started dropping like other things started to happen, and then I started to double think, and rethink. I'm like, well, maybe it's not that person, and I'm just like, but yeah, and I know I said he. I kind of already gave it away. It is a guy, so I'm not. I ruined that. If you were thinking it might be a girl, and really, there's not many girl characters in it, to be honest. So it would have to be a guy anyway. But yeah, there's about three or four guy characters in the one, two, three. Yeah. There's like four guy characters in the movie, so um, there you go. And I kind of thought like it was going to be something else. Like it was going to be kind of like another kind of movie where it wasn't as good, and the ending was going to be probably not as good as what I thought it was. But when it ended up being the person that I thought it was a little bit better of a movie, I think, because if it would have been the other person, then it just would have been kind of weird because you wouldn't have seen the connection, to be honest. But whatever. But yeah, Intruder definitely worth watching, and they did some weird thing at the end where they ended it and you thought it was over because then they started showing like some of the credits. and then they showed at the beginning before they showed those credits, they showed the name of the movie called Intruder or whatever, and then they came back and did the ending, which was really weird. Like I've never seen a movie do that before. And if it would have ended like that, like I think it would have been interesting because it ended at a part that was where you could have left it up to your own imagination, and they still kind of like at the end of the movie, it still kind of leaves it up to your imagination, like what happened. But you kind of know, I think. But I think if they would have ended it at where they originally ended the movie, it may have actually been a better movie, in my opinion. So there you go. If my voice sounds weird, I'm kind of under the weather. Just letting you know. I'm just kind of getting over the sickness. I had something, got rid of it, and got something else like the very next day. So my voice is all like screwed up, all kinds of messed up. Whole body's no, I'm not feeling right and everything. Anyways, Intruder, seen on Netflix, definitely something to check out. Like I said, if you're kind of, I'm not really a fan of home. That'd be kind of a weird thing to say. I'm a fan of home invasion movies. But I kind of it's kind of the realism fact of the horror movies, which some of the movies that can't could actually happen are kind of scary because you know, and this movie is and the way they did this movie is so great. And one thing, the last thing I guess I want to say about this movie is that when you see the guy in the background, you know he's there, and you see him like lurking behind her in the background, but she doesn't see him. And most of the time, she doesn't even turn around, which is really good. But you can see like they blur out his figure, so all you do is see like a blurry shape of him like moving, and it's like really cool. Like I enjoyed that part of the movie because I'm like that is creepy, that is very like disturbing. And first of all, the dude is like a ninja because I don't know how he like would get around the apartment or house whatever without her knowing, because like she would see him, she would hear a noise where he accidentally may have did something, or the cat seen him and followed him or something, and he like go in the closet and somehow like just by chance, by movie magic, she steps away from the door right when she's getting ready to find him. I know there's one point where he's in the closet and she goes into the closet where he's at, but he hides behind clothes and stuff, and she doesn't see him. She's like looking in the other direction in the closet, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like this movie is really good. Like I'm telling you, this movie is one of those movies where you watch on Netflix and you're thinking it's not going to be that great, and you end up finding another movie you love. I think Hush was one of those where I didn't even know about it. I heard a couple things about it on YouTube, and then I watched it. And this is not as good as Hush, but it's a pretty decent movie. I actually fell asleep, but it wasn't the movie's fault. It was me. I said I wasn't feeling good, so. But I did go back and finish where I was. Um, couple awkward moments in the movie that kind of could have been, I don't know, like some of the part of the movie was just kind of stupid. I think they could have added more things with some other actors and got rid of the one kind of thing that they were doing in there, having to do with her career. That's all I'm gonna say. Like that part was just not even necessary. Like they didn't need to put that in, to be honest. Like she could have did other things, and she could have like went to work and had them show like him moving around her apartment or something during that time, and then have her come home. Fast forward later when she comes home, and really could have cut that out, and it would have been probably a way better movie because it was just very awkward. Like never in my life have I heard like a boss like drop the F word like so many times. And this is like a like classical person, classical like musician that's supposed to be over all the classical, like a classical musician teacher, or a, I don't know what you call that, a leader. And in that genre, like I would not think that somebody like that would be like cursing like that bad. It's just I think it's like realistic, honestly. Because if you just picture those kind of people, they're probably like really uptight and probably not would do anything like that. But as I can say, as I want to say, check this movie out. It's available on Netflix currently. It could go off there anytime. I don't know. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. Uh, but Intruder, Intruder, decent movie. I don't think there's many actors in there that you would know, and I won't know any right off the back of my head. I think it's a lot of basically little like super unknown people are in it, but it's a pretty good movie. Who knows? Later on down the road, these people could get famous. You never know. But anyway, as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. And as always, keep on watching movies and keep on rocking.